Today I wanted to share with you guys my clubs, my golf clubs, my bag, everything, all the equipment that I'm going to be using um, to take me on this journey of golf, really. Um, I'm not trying to play professional, I'm not trying to go and get ranked. Maybe play a few tournaments if I'm lucky at some point down the line. Um, but this is my journey in terms of taking up the sport as a whole. Um, and I've been attracted to golf through the longevity of it, but also as well the naturist aspect to it and some of the scenery that you get to see and playing in some of the courses around the country, even in your local park or you know some of the biggest courses that major titles have been played on and so on and so forth. So, but one step at a time, one day at a time. Ideally, moving forward, I would like to go on and play in different countries and experience golf in different climates as well. Because I think that'd be really cool to just travel, and it's something that I really like. So I just wanted to go through um, my equipment. I want to start specifically with my 5 wood and my 3 iron. These I could probably say they're more like a 90s antique, maybe even 80s. I'm not too sure. I haven't actually done the research on these clubs yet. They're called Howson uh, Lady Derbies. These are something that I've grown up with as a child, and they've sort of always been around me since the age of like 9 or 10. However, the 3 iron still goes well with its really old grip. Same with the 5 wood also. But yeah, they sort of ended up taking these to the driving range um, not long ago and realizing that they still actually work. So yeah, by chance I managed to pick up some golf clubs. Well, I say pick them up. They was actually standing outside by themselves. They'd been left there for a while. They're really decent actually. They're Callaway 22 Tours. I think the backstory to them was they were owned by somebody, and I think unfortunately some unforeseen circumstances may have arisen, which is what ended up to these being left outside. But the only issue that I did have when I did pick them up is that I noticed that the grip had started splitting. So just show the camera there. Look, you can see the grip's almost sort of like ripping away. So my job now is going to be to get these grips off of the clubs and re-grip them so they're ready for the next round of golf. If it wasn't for these clubs, I wouldn't be playing golf right about now. So I'm honestly truly grateful for the fact that I've managed to get my hands on these, and will try to do them the best service as possible. Now I want to go to the putter quickly. This putter here, made by Slazenger, I picked up. It's the Slazenger V300. I think it's their current putter in their range at the moment. They sell as a set. I was in need of a putter when I went to go and play at Pickett's Lock a couple of weeks ago. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do feel like it's a little bit too heavy in certain places, and it's a little bit out of balance. So the plan is to buy a new putter at some point. But however, once again, I think I only paid maybe around £14, £15 for this putter. So the plan is new putter soon. Now I want to go on to these two clubs that I've picked up today, funnily enough. So back to the irons, and I've got a 7 iron, which is fairly similar to the 9 iron that I've got in terms of design. I think maybe it's either an earlier or later release of the same club. But however, I was missing the 7 iron from the set that I originally had, and luckily, when I went down to the golf shop in Broxbourne today, they'd done me a really, really lovely deal. Picked up this hat, which they chucked in for free because I don't have a golf hat. I bought a glove, a new glove, not this one that I've got on here, for about £10. But the main feature, so 7 9 was added to the collection, but the main feature that I managed to pick up that I'm really, 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 really excited about, especially after giving it a test drive after we picked it up as well, is this bad boy right here. Now, I was in need of a driver, and luckily, very luckily, this was one of this was second hand. This was the only second hand driver they had left in the shop. Some of you who have been playing golf for a long time will know this driver very well. Some of you who don't, this is TaylorMade, the biggest brand out there, sponsor the likes of Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, who's current world number one. I think this club was released maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not entirely sure. I need to do a little bit more research on it, but I did just manage to pick it up today, so just bear with me on that one. But I will have some more details for you. But yeah, this is the TaylorMade Stealth adjustable driver, 10.5 loft. This was on sale as second hand for a price of initially £239, but luckily they done me a deal and offered it to me for 200. One thing I've noticed about golf is that it's almost like a commodity sport. So although this just looks like a stick with a ball on the end of it, which some of you may be sitting there thinking, why are you so obsessed with this, or why are you so fascinated by it? Yeah, £200, but retail price, I think you can probably still pick these up second hand for about £450, somewhere within that region. So I'm very, very lucky to have been given this driver at the price that I got it for. Luckily, if I ever wanted to resell this, which I don't think I'm probably going to do, I'll probably be able to fetch a little bit of cash for it, or something to swap out for something half decent. So that is the driver. I've still got to add a few more little bits and pieces to the club selection as we go along, but for now, I think some of the most important clubs are in the bag. So really, really happy with what I've got so far and what I've managed to gain along the way. The bag does essentially what it needs to do anyway. It's got 3 pockets on this side here, smaller one, a medium-sized one here, which carries all of my balls, some Titleist Pro V1s in there, and some bigger space for some clothes, either wet weather or whatever it may be. So yeah, and then I've managed to have got a few front pockets as well. This one's a cooler for some drinks. Here's one I left earlier. And also my rain cover for my clubs, which is touch. It was really, really cool for the price, to be fair. I think I only paid about £70 for it, all in all. These are all the little bits and pieces that I've got at the moment. I will be, like I said, sorting out the grips on some of these clubs, which I'm going to show. Here's one I've done earlier. Sort of, the main aim of it was to sort of get away from the crumbling club. So just show you a quick detail of the new club. I'm going to start by just getting up the club, taking this claw hook here, and literally between the 2 clubs, working my way around the top of the club, ripping into the rubber that's already there, all the way down. You already see it's starting to take already. Script seems to be a little troublesome to get off, but here we go. Again, just getting there with a claw hook. Really stuck on this one. Oh, there we go. Don't really want to spend too much time doing it, but I think it'll be beneficial in the end if it does manage to come off the way I want it to. So this one's stuck extra hard. We're going to try now and take the scalpel and get these sticky bits out. I do have some WD-40 here. I'm going to spray on the irons, just because you've got quite a lot of that sticky residue, and we don't need that for when we place the new stickers and the new grip on there. If you are going to do this from home, I would recommend that you get yourself a heat gun, and it will probably make this process a little more easier. But yeah, as you can see sort of here, this yellow stuff here, I'm sort of just trying to get off the irons, the grip from the previous grip. So it's like an under grip, which you will see me put back on. Might be hard to see now, but I've got all of that stuff there, and it's really, really hard to get off at the moment. So I'm going to see what I can do with this WD-40 and how well it's going to work to try and peel it off. I might struggle, so who knows. But yeah, same with all of these. I'm going to get the WD-40 of them now. I'm then going to take this cloth and wipe them down. Don't think I'm playing anywhere in the next couple of days or so. But to tell you what I am doing is re-gripping at some stage. So I'm going to leave that there for now. I can finally say I've managed to get all of the irons sorted out, fresh, no sort of sticky stuff. If there is any sort of any hangover residue, I mean, it'll come off pretty quickly. But I can't really see that well now. 2 hours almost into the job. So what I'm going to do at this stage is pack up the remaining tools that I've got. Next on the agenda, I am going to be re-gripping, but that will be tomorrow. Right, so we're in the last part of the gripping process after we've removed all of the tape off the irons. This is the end from the end result from the other day, getting all of the soot off. I'm going to take one of these double-sided sheets here. Ideally, I want to leave a little bit just hanging over the end of the club, which I'll then end up popping into the hole at the bottom here. So this is how we're going to do it. Take this part of the sticker off here. And then, as I said, we're going to try and leave, oh, really sticky, just the tad at the end. And then what we're going to do is slowly get the stickiness of the double-sided tape on this side to sort of smooth over as quickly as possible. Here we go. This side now, sort of work our way along as such, getting out any bubbles along the way. Just folding it over now nicely so it meets in the middle. That should technically stick now. This is where we sort of come along the other side and try and unpeel very slowly all the way down shaft of the club. I'm not trying to get any air bubbles. I'll bring this. Here we go. There's one, there's two. Right, and I'm going to just slowly now just work my way along the middle of the club, showing that there's no bubbles. Cool. Right, so I know we need to sort of tie this bit off, poke it down in there. We take the re-gripping solvent, which I think is the stickiest part, and we're going to just spray. And then what we're going to do, there is some in there, it's just getting a bit temperamental today. So what we're going to do, and is now to line this up again with the club. There we go, and then we've got to go straight down, and we're trying to point to the middle of the club face here with the arrow. It did say don't stop halfway down. I think it is what it is, unfortunately. There we go. There we go. There's another grip on. Line it up just a little piece. And we're aiming with the staggered lines, which is what I'm trying to do now. And point at the end of the grip to try and line that up to sort of the middle of the club area here, which you'll find just here. And there we have it. Last club gripped up, 9-iron. This has honestly been the longest part of this journey. I've literally had it on my board for ages, and now I can finally say that I've managed to re-grip my clubs. It's been a week of just impatience, really, but it's taught me even more patience. So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm happy with it. Just got to wait and see how they hold up now for when they dry. Just going to give them some time to dry out now, along with the rest of the clubs, and go and get some bits and pieces sorted out for the channel. For now, this is my equipment. I'll go into a little bit more depth shortly in regards to why I've started this journey specifically, what it is that's got me into it, and how it may help other people. So, for now, in terms of my gear, I'm now checking out. Peace.